not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'ma need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life.
Did Jay reach out yet?
Nah, Bob. He ghosting.
What the f*** doing? These things sweet now, cause I'm in here.
Diddy's behind bars. And let's just say things aren't looking too pretty for him with his trial creeping up. He's got no room to maneuver. And we all know that when the pressure's on, even the slickest criminals can slip up. Well, it turns out Diddy just couldn't resist reaching out to one of his sons from the prison phone, hoping they'd help cover up a few loose ends. But here's the twist, rumor has it, he didn't stop there. Somehow, Jay-Z's name got dragged into the mess, sparking all kinds of speculation that he might be next in line to face the heat. Talk about a plot twist. What exactly was Diddy trying to hide? And could his phone call be the key to bringing down even more of hip-hop's side? All right, let's break it down. Diddy's in lockup with restrictions tighter than a drum. And yet he's been dialing out, using every phone call he can to get his sons on a little cleanup mission. Now, normally you'd think these would be innocent check-ins, right? Well, not with Diddy. Word on the street is he's been orchestrating moves from behind bars, asking his kids to sweep up evidence and handle business on his behalf. Here's the thing, one of those calls, which by the way are all recorded, just leaked online.
Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'ma need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes.
Now everyone's raising eyebrows, because if Diddy's sons even think about helping him out with hiding evidence, they could be looking at obstruction charges themselves. Diddy may be trying to keep himself afloat, but dragging his own kids into this mess, that's a bold move, and one that just might backfire. And to cover his frequent calls, his sources are trying to spread the word that Diddy has been missing his children terribly, and he is on the verge of a mental breakdown. And we're not talking about rumors, because they have been speaking with mainstream media to spread the sentiment. They said, it's heartbreaking to see the children in the state they're in. This is their father. But to them, he's not Diddy. He's dad. He has always been a loving, devoted father. He has 3 minor children, 2 of whom now have no living parent available with him incarcerated. 4 of his 7 children have neither parent available with him incarcerated. He is very concerned about his kids and their well-being. Well, there might be some BS here, because according to this conversation, Diddy is worried about something other than his kids.
Everybody out there quiet as
Yeah,
exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have the last laugh.
Well, that might be a great misunderstanding on Diddy's part, because he is being treated like a normal detainee in the prison. The insider claimed he is being treated like any other detainee awaiting trial. As with all public figures in his position, he was placed on self-harm watch upon admittance to the facility as a precaution. It looks like Diddy's been left out in the cold, and that alone is a serious wake-up call for someone who's used to rubbing elbows with Hollywood's top dogs and pulling strings. This must be one tough pill to swallow normally. You'd expect the industry elites to rally up, call in favors, and make sure he gets that special treatment. But the silence deafening.
Jay reach out yet?
nah, Bob. He ghosting.
What the f*** doing? These things sweet now, cause I'm in here.
Think about it, if those power players were still in his corner, he'd already have cushier accommodations, extra privileges, or maybe even a way out of the mess altogether. But without that hidden support, Diddy's just another detainee, and it's clear that the industry has washed their hands of him. Some are even saying that this could be the ultimate blow, maybe even the end of the line for his influence in the industry. Aside from the lack of privileges, Diddy is sweating bullets, because the feds are out here digging up dirt from the past like they're looking for buried treasure. And guess whose name keeps getting whispered in the background? That's right, Jay-Z. The same man who went from hustling beats to sitting at the top of the industry, all while keeping his hands seemingly clean. But let's be real, Jay didn't just stand by Diddy's side all these years without getting a little dirt under those designer nails. See, Diddy and Jay's connection goes way back to the days when the music scene was just finding its rhythm. They were out here moving from music to moguls, building fashion lines, selling spirits, and stacking media deals. And you're telling me that Jay didn't know about Diddy shady dealings? Come on now, these two are tighter than a Gucci belt, riding for each other, putting money in each other's pockets and making moves.
Sean approved from the world of entertainment.
There's only one person.
Oh, go on.
And I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean.
Now the word is, as soon as the feds put that heat on Diddy, Jay-Z went silent, like pin drop silent. And if you really look, the industry's top dogs who usually have Diddy's back are sitting this one out, almost like they're just watching, sipping tea, waiting for Diddy to take the fall. You think Jay isn't in the mix? Oh please, this is the same man who knows how to play chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Matter of fact, there's even talk that Jay's playing puppet master here, letting Diddy sweat it out while he keeps himself squeaky clean. Why? Because letting Diddy rot behind bars might just be the move that lets Jay stay on top without competition. And while Diddy's stuck calling his kids on a prison line, trying to keep them out of his mess, Jay's out here unbothered. Like he doesn't have a care in the world. Jaguar W just lit a fire on the Piers Morgan show. And you better believe it's spreading. She's out here saying that Diddy's not just sweating under the feds of spotlight, but might actually be about to drop some serious secrets on Jay-Z. Yeah, you heard right. She's talking about Diddy spilling tea on the real industry move. And according to her, Jay's right. In the middle of it all, she claimed that Diddy's apparently struggling with a serious substance habit. And Jaguar's claiming that with the pressure he's facing, he's only a breath away from flipping. She made it sound like it's no longer about loyalty. Diddy's just looking for a way out. And if that means pulling Jay-Z down with him, so be it. This isn't just a case of two friends growing apart. It's looking more like a ticking time bomb.
He has no choice. His ego and his addiction won't allow him to do anything different.
And let's be real, Jaguar wouldn't be risking it on national TV if she didn't believe there was some truth to it. She even hinted that Jay might be biting his nails right now, worried that Diddy, backed into a corner, might just start naming names. All right, so as soon as Jay-Z's name got dragged up in the media alongside Diddy's current mess, he didn't waste a second. Jay went straight to his lawyers. But check this out, it wasn't Jaguar Wright, the one dropping all the claims, that got hit with the legal threat. Nope, Jay's teams targeted Pi Morgan instead. Now, that's interesting, right? Jordan Sev, one of Jay-Z's lawyers, claimed Piers Morgan's irresponsible broadcast filled with lies is so far over the line that a legal ultimatum was warranted. Nobody acting under the guise of journalism can elicit outrageous statements from exploitative situations in an effort to drive clicks and not have to answer for that. And because of that threat, Piers had to offer a public apology. He said, "That's why we invited Wright on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an ODA audience. With or without shows like mine, editing interviews is not something we do lightly at show called Uncensored. But like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theater, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologize to Jay-Z and Beyonce." Jaguar has been out here for years, talking about Jay-Z and Diddy's business moves. But nobody seemed to care. Only now when she said it on a high-profile show, did Jay-Z make a move. And here's the kicker. Jay's got a lot to say about Piers, but not a single word about his buddy Diddy, or all the heat he's facing for a guy who's always ready to make a statement. Jay's silence on his old friend's troubles is louder than words. Makes you wonder, what's he really trying to protect? Listen, Wright claimed to know 3 alleged victims of Jay-Z and Beyonce, willing to come forward. Wright described them as a nasty little group and said they do nasty things, keeping people against their will, putting people on planes while they're unconscious. Just like Aaliyah got on that plane unconscious. There is a lot that people don't want to talk about. Although Morgan has apologized for Wright's stat, former celebrity bodyguard Big Homie Sissy addressed her comments in an October 23, 2024 interview on Kim Capone News. He began by highlighting that Wright has written songs for some prominent figures in the music industry. Homie Sissy noted that despite her contributions, Wright hadn't received credit on certain projects. He expressed admiration for Wright in the interview, referring to her uncensored comments and saying, "I just want to tell Jaguar Wright, be careful." She just went on. Piers Morgan, Beyonce, and Jay-Z sent Pi Morgan a cease and desist, made Piers Morgan publicly apologize.